Jasmine and I go by she, her.
What's your ethnicity/identity?
I am Cambodian, Cambodian American, Khmer American, and for people that don't know, I say Khmer. I'm Khmer.
Occupation/industry you're working in, and what industry you're working towards.
Wait, can I redo the second question?
Oh yeah.
It's
You
kind
can
of
edit that.
Okay.
What's your ethnicity/identity?
I identify as Cambodian or Khmer American, and I also sorry.
That's okay. What's your ethnicity/identity?
I identify as Cambodian or Khmer American.
Occupation/industry you're working in, and what industry you're working towards.
I'm currently a kindergarten teacher with Seattle Public Schools, so I get to work with students, families, and community members.
What ethnicity or race have you been mistaken as?
I've been mistaken as Filipino because of my dark skin. I've also been mistaken as Vietnamese because of my last name. My last name is spelled Nguon, and a lot of people think it's a mistake and say, is that Nguyen? And I have to often correct other people, like students, families, and staff members on the correct way to say my last name. So I've also gotten other types of Asians, like when I studied abroad in Italy, a man came up to me and said ni hao. So I think just like all these experiences, Cambodians is not what people think of me as.
What's a stereotype you've heard about Cambodians?
One stereotype that we have within the Cambodian community is that the elders think that the younger ones don't want to learn Khmer, the Khmer language or Khmer culture. When I tried speaking growing up, I was often shamed about my accent, they couldn't understand me, and so that kind of pushed me further away from trying Khmer. And then now as an adult, it's harder for me to speak Khmer, even though I can understand it fully, so it's very frustrating. But I hope that people like myself, we can reclaim our language and culture, even though we're older, and I hope that more elders can be more understanding.
What does your family call you, like a nickname?
Often they call me On or Gon or Gonduik, and my name is Jasmine, but my grandma and my mom call me Jasmine with saying my name with a Khmer accent.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind about being Cambodian or Khmer?
I would say resilience within all generations. So like my parents' generation escaped the Khmer Rouge genocide, came to the United States without knowing the culture or language here. And then there's resilience in them trying to make it here, making ends meet. And then there's also a resilience within our younger generations where we're trying to, find our path with the pressures from our, financial situations, from our families, and trying to reclaim our culture and language, even though we were born in, not in Throat Khmer. We're trying to get closer back to the Khmer culture and language. So I would definitely say resilience because of all of the sacrifices and the paths that we're on.
Do you feel connected with your culture? Why or why not?
I would say yes and no. I would say I feel more connected nowadays. My sister and I started the Two American Sisters podcast where we got to meet other Cambodians and Cambodian Americans like us. And so that was kind of our way to kind of give back to the community, speak up and use our voices about different topics and issues, and trying to be more involved in our local events and community. But I would also say no, I'm not super connected either because I feel like where I live in Seattle, there's not that many Cambodian friends that I have, and we're kind of dispersed. And also I want to visit Throat Khmer someday, so there's definitely a lot of things that I want to work on, like becoming fluent in Khmer, meeting other Khmer people, visiting Throat Khmer. So I think there's a lot of steps I want to take, but I would say I'm more interested and curious now that I'm older.
Why did you want to participate in this project?
I wanted to participate in this project. Sorry.
Why did you want to participate in this project?
I wanted to participate in this project so that I can share my experiences and voice as a Khmer American. My sister again and I started a Two American Sisters podcast, and this is exactly the work that we were doing, where we ask questions to different kinds of people, and it's amazing how everyone has a story to share, and there's always something that we can learn about people and take from.
All right, last question. Fun fact you want to share about you or your culture?
I want to combine these two parts together. Something that you may or may not know is that there are picture books out there about the Khmer community, but they're mostly about the genocide. So someday I hope to write maybe one or more picture books about the Khmer or Khmer American experience. As being a kindergarten teacher, I love finding new books to share with the kids, but how amazing would it be to see Khmer characters doing things that are, regular things that other people do, and just making sure that we spread positive representations of the Khmer people and not just focusing on the genocide, but like who are Khmer people today?